Hi everyone, welcome to Tweetorial Part 2, Your Objectives and Our Products. My name is Parissa. If you weren't here for our first tutorial, we'll go ahead and reintroduce ourselves. My team and I help Twitter advertisers and agencies with everything from troubleshooting to campaign optimization. And I'll hand it over to my co-host, Mackenzie, to introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Mackenzie Purcell. I'm an account manager on the customer success team at Twitter, and we're so happy to have you here with us today.
On our previous tutorial, we went over the power of Twitter's audience. This time we're spending the duration of our tutorial going over top products, our core products, and some of our premium products, along with our future webinar going over campaign setup and campaign optimization on Tweetorial Part 4. This week, we have a very special guest, Sam Hawks, who is a Twitter ads expert and will be leading our next section.
Thanks, team. Hi, everyone. Very excited to be here. As Parissa mentioned, my name is Sam Hawks. I'm account manager on our customer success team, specializing in scaling small and medium business performance ads on Twitter across the funnel. And a little bit about me. My favorite Twitter follow is Shay Serrano. There's his profile right there. If you get a free moment, give him a follow. Great content. He's an author and Twitter enthusiast. And the reason I love his content, he had a tweet that he did earlier this year in March and really harnessed the hashtag Giving Tuesday trending topic that went viral on Twitter. Really just speaks to all of the best practices to really drive for valuable engagement on the platform. So as we start to approach the Twitter suite of products that are available to you in your ads manager when you're looking to activate and amplify your message on Twitter, really looking at the funnel and identifying what objective that matches with your goals is going to be imperative to launching and driving success on Twitter. So whether you're looking to really establish your brand's presence on Twitter and capture awareness of that receptive and engaged audience that's in their discovery mindset, or maybe you're looking to drive some interest and spark some consideration of your brand for potential customers or those folks who are willing to sign up to learn more or become brand ambassadors for you on Twitter, or ultimately lower funnel conversion performance if you're looking to drive user acquisition through an app install campaign, or if you're looking to drive those conversions on a landing page. So first, I'm going to go over the Twitter suite of our core products that we have that you'll find in your Ads Manager dashboard when you're building out campaigns via objectives. So first is our promoted tweet. This, simply put, is the landscape upon which all of your Twitter ads are going to be based and built off of. So you have tweets that are put out on your users' timelines when you are sending out your messaging using the platform or engaging in conversations or starting new conversations. A promoted tweet is simply that tweet that is being amplified in a Twitter ads campaign. Way for you to just reach new engaged audiences, spark that enriched conversation with your existing followers, or tap into a new and engaged relevant audience that isn't currently following your brand. Really a great way to amplify the already great organic content that you're doing on the platform. And they come in a variety of formats, whether they're text-only tweets, as you see the example here, or if you're pairing it with rich content or media, like a video or a GIF, photos, or website cards. You're thinking about launching with polls, all of which we'll get into a little bit more. But this is going to be your baseline format that you're going to be using in your campaign. Next up is a website card. Amongst our customers, this is a favorite format to use. It's a way for you to capture your best creative and drive people to your landing page as website cards, the name dictates. It's a way for you to essentially combine what would be a URL for that destination landing page and your creative, whether it be image or video, into a single clickable object by, in essence, translating the entire real estate of the tweet into an engageable object. So you can use image, and we always recommend the video website card, which auto plays in timeline and has you're able to harness the stopping power of Twitter as a core product on the platform. Very compatible with all objectives, whether you're looking to drive reach or video views if you are using video content, or in that DR optimization or DR objective if you're looking to drive conversions on the website. Pairs very well with the Pixel, the universal conversion tracking, if you're looking to set that up as well. Video performs excellent on Twitter, and the video website card drives 2 times the click-through rate as compared to a standard industry video format, and 60% stronger retention rate, as your video will continuously play after a user clicks on it while the landing page loads beneath. It's a great way to kind of maintain that engagement during that click out process. Promoted account. This is by far one of our most popular campaign objectives and formats that our customers are using in their Twitter ads campaign. It's a great way for you to build awareness and attract new followers to your brand, and thus amplify and extend the reach of your organic messaging when you're tweeting organically from the account. So what essentially it does is you'll have a text-only tweet, and the follower card is the format that you see as the example. We'll aggregate the profile avatar, the bio header image, your handle, and your description into that format, and essentially will give users a one-click option to follow account directly from the home timeline. Next up, we have our app card. If you are a mobile app developer and you are wanting to drive for more user acquisition on the platform, this is the format that succeeds most with our customers in harnessing that app card. Much like the follower card and the website card, it gives users a one-click option to drive immediately to the App Store if it's iOS, or Google Play with Android for immediate app downloads. Also very effective for re-engagement of existing users to call them back into the application. My customers love using the app card if they're looking to release a new feature on their application, and then harness those users who maybe want to drive back into the app to take advantage of the new feature, or use that as an opportunity for new user acquisition. Again, harnessing the power of video is always going to be our recommendation, as it really does pop strongest on Twitter, but can also be used with static image as well. Next up is media polls. Media polls are a great way to engage with your audience or new and receptive audience on the platform by asking them a question. What we always like to say, and what our customers are telling us that they love about this, is a great way to get real-time feedback from your customers or from your audience on Twitter that you can then use in future business insight or decisions, both on and off platform. So what this does is allows for you to create customizable poll answers to a question, and users are able to then vote. You can gain that valuable insight from that audience, whilst at the same time harnessing and driving that higher engagement. And we strongly recommend include video, which can be then used as prelude or explanation of the question that's being asked or the topic for which they're going to be voting in. An important aspect to note is that although Twitter polls are available for everyone on the platform, media polls are exclusively for advertisers. So reach out to us at advertiserhelp at twitter.com or your Twitter account rep so we can have this enabled for you. Next up is conversation cards. It's somewhat similar to a Twitter poll. In this format, what you can do is you can take a promoted tweet that can be paired with media, both image and video, and include call to action buttons with customizable hashtags. So a way where users can vote how they feel on a topic, or deciding what team they fall into. As you can see in the example here, Similar to a poll, but with an extra added benefit when a user engages with that or more, up to 4 customizable hashtags in that conversational card, they're then prompted to share the message in their own tweet. So one, gaining that valuable insight from the answer of the conversational card, but also the reciprocating value of them extending that reach on your behalf to their earned audience and followers. Conversational cards are not available for all advertisers. So if you wanted to harness this very fun and creative format, please reach out to us again at advertiserhelp@twitter.com or your account rep who helps you with your campaigns, and we can have this enabled for you. So that's our core product suite. Now we're going to dive into some of our premium products that are available to Twitter ad campaigns. So a quick agenda, we'll cover the Promoted Trend Spotlight, our first view, Twitter Amplify in both the form of sponsorships and pre-roll, and then we'll wrap up with brand surveys. So the Promoted Trend Spotlight is a value add on our standard promoted trend. It's a way for you to drive mass reach and awareness with the added value at the top of the Explore tab and paired with a looping video, GIF, or static image to really take over the Explore tab for a full 24-hour period. These pricing and available for trend spotlights are based upon date and region. So if this is something that you wanted to harness, which if you're looking to drive mass awareness on Twitter, undeniably is the Promoted Trend Spotlight, please reach out to us and we can provide you some more details, availability, and pricing. So similarly to the Promoted Trend Spotlight is our first view, in where a Promoted Trend Spotlight is on the Explore tab. The first view for a full 24-hour period is a way for you to capture that first ad that all users in a country will see when they come to Twitter. So it's a great way when paired with video to drive mass awareness and capture mass attention when you're activating, either launching something new or connecting with what's happening on Twitter. This is also really impactful when paired with the promoted trend. So all users that are coming to Twitter within that country on that date, whether they're visiting the home timeline first or the Explore tab, is a way for you to capture that receptivity and discovery. So Twitter Amplify. First, we'll talk about sponsorships. Amplify sponsorship is a way for you to connect with your audience through an event that they care about or a topic that is trending about what's happening now in the world. And what Twitter Amplify sponsorships are is a way for your brand to sponsor exclusive premium content from one of our publishers and partners through a custom one-to-one alignment. This is, in my experience with customers, highly impactful if there's an existing sponsorship or partnership that they have with, ESPN, for example, Wall Street Journal, and we have up to 1,000 premium publishers that are part of this Amplify sponsorship program. Or if you're looking to own exclusive content on Twitter, the Amplify sponsorship is the activation and product for you. Next is Amplify Pre-Roll. And in the same aspect of aligning with premium content on the platform from one of our premium publishers, Amplify Pre-Roll, rather than a one-to-one sponsorship, is a way for you to align with content across broader categories and not specifically just one premium publisher. So across broader category like sports or entertainment, news, or content creators, that's a great way to have some flexibility, whereas Amplify sponsorships typically have a minimum campaign investment of around $30,000. Amplify Pre-Roll does not have any minimum campaign investment. So it's much more flexible if you're looking to activate in the moment or as an event is really emerging and popping on Twitter. A little bit of additional insight of why we always want to recommend harnessing Amplify sponsorships or pre-roll. Amplify pre-roll, users who saw this were 70% more likely to recall a brand's ad and 28% more likely to be aware of that advertiser's brand and awareness versus those that were not exposed to video ads on Twitter. And lastly, brand surveys. So you're looking to measure and proof out the effectiveness and impact of your Twitter campaigns. Both small and large, we have our first party Twitter brand survey that's available to you. What this does is it harnesses the methodology of a controlled versus exposed group on Twitter, and then they're served a survey after the fact where users proactively will submit their response, and it's a great way to measure brand metrics across the funnel, whether your main interest is going to be awareness, favorability, consideration, or purchase intent. A lot of flexibility in terms of how you want to structure those Twitter brand surveys. And wonderful thing about Twitter brand surveys is you can run them for up to 12 weeks and get results back from Twitter brand surveys within 5 days. So it's a great tool to utilize the impact, quick turnaround time, that those insights can then be rolled into future or even current campaign efforts that you're running on Twitter. So I, at this time, am going to pass it back to Mackenzie. Thank you all.
Thanks, Sam. That was so awesome. Thank you for leading us through all of those products. So coming up on our next tutorial, we'll be discussing best practices. So that will be from Twitter-specific targeting to our various bidding options to ad score. And lastly, show-stopping creative. So we'll be incorporating a lot of video creatives as well.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, guys.